people are too damn sensitive about people's assessments of them. As long as those assessments are polite, you shouldn't take it so fucking personally. You can learn from those things.
Yeah, I had a comedian once. You know what? I'm glad that I just luckily wasn't stupid, because he goes, I could have easily been offended. But early in my career, he goes, we hung out during the day, and then he goes, he said this affectionately, I remember it. I was like 23, maybe 24. He goes, you're funny hanging out. He goes, what are you doing up there on stage? You know, and I was like, I knew he was fucking right. And he knew I could handle it. You know, he said something, he goes, that's what you want to be doing. But I remember thinking I could have either been like, fuck that guy. That's my story. You know what my story could have been? Then this fucking idiot tells me I'm funny off stage, but I'm not. Fuck you. I was doing better than you every night. Which he might have been because he was bad, but whatever. He was honest with me.
Right.
And instead the story is, thank you.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciated he said that. It made me consciously try to change that.
There was a guy that said something to me when we were both starting out together. We had been both doing it about 6 months, and I was still I still had my foot in another world. I was still teaching martial arts, and I was still competing, and I was really confused. And he said to me, he goes, you know, he was being a dick, totally being a dick. He goes, you started off pretty funny, man, but you lost promise. You seem to be repeating yourself, and it's just like you, I don't know, seems like you lost momentum. And I was like, wow. And I didn't argue with him. That was the weird part. I didn't fuck you, bitch. You know, there was none of that. I just went, wow. I gotta agree with you. Like I'm not really paying attention. A comic, an open micer that I worked with. That we were all like sort of competitive young guys and going to these clubs, trying to have some camaraderie. But there was always a lot. We were young. We were retarded. We didn't know how to communicate with each other. We didn't know how to be honest and express ourselves. And we were insecure as fuck. We were trying to be a stand-up comedian. It's the most insecure world, probably in show business. You create it all yourself. And he said something that was totally true. And I remember it stung for sure. But it made me make a clear decision to just abandon the other world. Just to completely remove myself. Quit my job. Just get jobs like paying for things. Just because this one thing this one guy said. That it helped me a lot. Like, I could say, like, he was being a dick when he was doing it. And I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was trying to hurt my feelings. But he was right. And because he was right, it was really beneficial. It was really important. You know, it was really important, like, for me as a comedian first of all, to be aware that this has to apply this way. Although it's, like, very difficult to do, especially emotionally. It's very difficult to accept criticism. It's very difficult to see yourself as other people see you. But it's so fucking important. If you can't do that, like, you're gonna never continue to grow. You're gonna hit a rough spot, and then, boom, you're gonna tailspin. And then that's it.
Yeah, you see that a lot.
Fuck yeah, you do.
You do.
Yeah.
And it's funny people, too. That's what's a shame. Like, it's not they're not funny, but they get caught in this.
Something goes wrong.
Yeah. Or like we said before, the ones that I remember comedians that had fuck this business attitudes. I'm not kidding. Like, now, of course, then it seemed like they've been doing comedy a long time, but like 8 years into the business.
Right.
Fuck this fucking business. Fuck this
veterans.
business. Or 2 years in, I remember a comedian having a joke. Like, yeah, here. It's like, really?
That's so silly.
You're that mad?
Well, it's the same thing. It's like a rejected boy or a rejected girl, a rejected young person, I should say. It doesn't have emotional maturity, and they get angry. That's really what it is. Like, that rejection sometimes is the best fucking thing that can ever happen to you. Like, it might feel like shit, but you'll figure that out. Because of it, you're either going to quit or you're going to figure it out. You're going to have a new inspiration to do so.